Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of The Sims 3 Generations X, Part 9. So, in this episode, uh, let's do some talking first. Um, yeah. So, Giulietta, she broke up with her boyfriend Mitchell for him not spending enough time with her. She was lonely and she needed somebody in her life to make her feel happy. And she was not getting that with Mitchell. Their love life had declined tremendously. And she just saw that they're just not compatible anymore. So what happened is she broke up with him, and later on she found out through her sister that he'd been cheating on her with Cortana, of course. So that was another reason for her to break off the relationship with him. Now, on the other hand, D'Angelo's brother Virgil decided to come visit his brother, and upon arriving, D'Angelo was not happy with his brother coming to see him. So after loud arguments exchanged between them, Amber went to investigate in the loud noise, and D'Angelo had basically introduced his wife to his brother. So Giulietta also wanted to know what was going on outside, so she went and investigated as well. So she went with her sister. So after that, D'Angelo was very upset because of his past, what happened to his brother. And if you want to know the past between him and his brother, it's long story short. I'll tell you guys later. But it had to do with murder. It had to do with setting people up on fire and being a mischievous badass. And D'Angelo didn't want that because his record had been tainted and he wanted a fresh, clean start in life. And his brother was a bad influence on him, or at least he thought. And so he had to break free from his brother's influence. So after that, you know, D'Angelo sat down, talked with his wife, and told her what happened in the past. And she said, maybe you should just give him a second chance. All people change. Maybe he's a different person. And D'Angelo was like, I doubt it. My brother wouldn't change for the world. He's still the scumbag of the earth. But, honey, I will listen to your advice. I love you very much, and we will do that. So, he eventually said, okay, Virgil didn't have a place to stay. He was basically homeless. So, D'Angelo said to his brother, you can stay on one condition. You do not flirt with my wife at all, or you do not talk to my child. Virgil was like, wait, you have a child? He says, yes, a daughter, teenage daughter. Do not, at any first circumstances, even attempt to talk to her. Virgil was like, I respect that, bro. I'll do anything you say. I just want to prove to you that I'm a changed man. D'Angelo was like, you're going to have to work really hard to prove to me that you are a changed person. So after that, you know, Giulietta eventually took an interest in Virgil. She saw him and she was like, this guy's pretty handsome. And, Virgil understood that she was having problems. He saw it and he was like, okay, what's the problem? Why are you so sad? And Giulietta broke down and opened up to him, and Virgil was like, I understand that because I'm have the same situation with my brother. And so she was like, okay, well, that's cool. But I don't even have no sound. Am I on mute? So after that, they eventually got together. I don't have no sound. Maybe if I just. Hmm. Can you guys hear me? I don't think you guys could hear me. So I'm just going to just stop the video right now. Yeah, so back in the episode, what happened was that after she sat down and chat with D'Angelo, she became very fond of Virgil. She explained to Virgil that, I have a crush on your brother, and I think he's the handsome, sexiest guy around. And I really, really, really want to, just get down and get to know your brother on the basics. And so what happened was, yeah. So what happened was, after that, you know, she Virgil said, "I understand that, and yes, my brother is good looking, but he comes with his problems too, and I don't think my brother would actually betray your sister because I can see deep down in his eyes that he love her." And Giulietta was like, "Yeah, you're 100% right. He does love her very much, and I see that very much, and that's what I'm trying to say. I'm very envious of my sister being able to have a happy family, happy romance, and here I am stuck, lonely, without anybody." Virgil was like, "Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. You're a very attractive woman. You'll be able to find any guy you want. Don't be in a rush to find love. It will come to you without you even looking for it." And she says, "Thank you for the compliment." And he says, "I mean that." So, after about a couple of months or so, Julieta and Virgil eventually became very close friends, sharing secrets with each other and, just hanging out, having fun together. Julieta eventually realized that she had, like, some strong chemistry for this guy. She was like, "Wow, I'm really attracted to this guy. This guy brings out the best in me. I haven't been this happy in a long time." So, because Virgil didn't ask her out on a date, she basically approached him and was like, "Hey, you don't have to be shy. If you want to ask me out on a date, do it." And so Virgil was like, "I think it's too soon." But she says, "Well, you should ask me out on a date." And Virgil was like, "Okay, sure." She says, "Look, listen, this Saturday will be a good day for us to go out and have a date." And Virgil was like, "Mm-hmm. Okay." She says, "I'm not busy doing anything. Are you working Saturday?" And he's like, "No, I'm not working Saturday," because Virgil wanted to be an astronaut. And so he got employed in the military field, if you see that. And so that's where he's at right now. Currently, he's not doing too good, but he's going to work his ass off trying to improve with his job. So, you know, prior to that, before she had on sat down with Virgil and asked him to give her an honest answer, and she said, "What is wrong with me?" And Virgil was like, "Listen, you may be playing the role of a whore, and you play it very well because you're an actress, but deep down I see inside your heart that you are a very gentle, sweet girl. And I think that many people don't understand you due to the fact that you are playing this role." And she's like, "Really?" And he's like, "Yes, I see through you, and you're a beautiful person. Not only beautiful on the inside, but beautiful on the outside. And from the moment I laid eyes on you, I was seriously crushing on you. I had heartbeats. My heart was really running fast inside my chest. I really didn't know no woman has ever made me felt this way, except my ex-wife, ex-girlfriend, and you're the second woman to actually make me feel the feelings that I had prior to my ex-girlfriend. And so she asked him what happened with his ex-girlfriend, and Virgil was like, basically she cheated on me and so forth on like that, and I never trusted women ever again. I thought they were all just sexual vessels. And she said, oh, that's so sad. And he's like, yeah, but then I got into dealings with my brothers, and that led me into one thing after another. And now I'm here to try to prove my brother that I will change, but he doesn't seem to see that I'm a changed man. And Giulietta was like, don't worry. One day he'll come around and see it through the actions that you portray. And Virgil's like, nah, I think my brother honestly hates me. And Giulietta was like, no, he doesn't hate you. He's just a little bit upset at the things that you and him went through and the problems you caused for him. But if you show him that you're a changed person, it may take a while, but he will come around. So Virgil was like, you're right. You're absolutely right. So after like 3, 4 months, Julieta and him really began to get close, and she began to have strong feelings for this guy. So one day he said, "Let's go out on a date," and she was like, "Okay, let's do that." And they went out on a date, and he took her out to a nice fancy restaurant. They had lunch, and then they went to see a rom com, and it was funny. And she began to feel flirty, and so she began to flirt with him, and one thing led to another. And so Virgil was like, this is the perfect time I should propose to her. So he basically said, hey, you know that fountain over there in the La Cinema, blah, blah, let's go check that out. And she says, why? It's nothing special over there. He says, well, there's something there that I saw that was very interesting, and I think you would like it too. So she went with him to go check it out. And then, out of nowhere, out of surprise, he got down on his knees and said, basically, Julieta, you are a unique woman with unique personalities. Any man would be very proud to own a wife like you. You play the part of what you're really not, and I see you for what you really are, and people just don't understand you, but I do. And I think that you are a wonderful woman, and I would love no less than to have you as my wife. So Julieta was like, wait, you serious? And he was like, I'm absolutely serious. I am not playing around. Would you marry me? And so Julia was like, okay, yes, absolutely. She was excited and happy about it. And so they started talking about the wedding. And I know this is a long story. You guys want me to get to the gameplay. But hey, come on, guys. You got to hear the storyline. It's pretty epic. So Julieta and him were planning the wedding and this happy. Meanwhile, Mitchell was like, hey, can we talk? And she was like, yeah, sure, we can talk. And he's like, look, I'm sorry. You're right. I should have paid more attention to you. It's my fault for neglecting you. I'm really sorry. I love you, Julieta. Please, give me a second chance. Julieta says, you know, you had your chance. You had plenty of opportunities to prove to me how much you cared about me. And unfortunately, Mitchell, the only relationship that we'll ever have is friendship now. I've moved on with my life, and I hope you find someone that cares about you. Because I still care about you, but not in the way that you care about me. And Mitchell basically broke down and was like, I'm sorry, please. And she's like, no, it's over. Don't you understand? Move on with your life. Find someone else. And Mitchell was like, okay, well, fine. I still love you. And if there's any slightly of a doubt, I'll I will prove it to you. And she's like, no, you don't have to. Just go on with your life. If you want to date my sister, I give you my blessing. I hope you two are happy together. Mitchell says, I still haven't found anyone that I want to be with. The only person I want to be with is you. And she says, well, I'm sorry, but that's too late. I've moved on. I found someone that truly makes me happy, and I just wish the same for you. So after that, they're not enemies, hated each other, but basically, you know, yeah, she has moved on with her life and gotten married to Virgil, and Virgil gotten married to her, and they're happily married, and that's about it. Also, Cassandra. Cassandra. I've been thinking about like Cassandra Groff lately, but also Florencia Caprio. She's aged up and she's at the Fort Starch Military School right now. Her mom really didn't want to send her, but she was like, "I want my daughter to have a good education, so this is important." So she sent her daughter to there for her to get the education. And that's why are you sleeping in that bed? You're supposed to be sleeping with your wife, dumbass. So that's what happened basically, and she really didn't want to, but she did. Now, the video may be short, but if I got like 2 intros, and the first one I had problems with sound, so you can forgive me if you do hear me and I'm repeating the same storyline, but you can basically get a full understanding of what I'm trying to convey to you guys in this Let's Play. So, that's what I wanted to do. But also, by the way, the Generations X will be ending when Giulietta becomes pregnant, which will probably be around episode 17 or 18. Now that she's married and have her own child. Are you getting up? What do you want to do? You want to eat at a restaurant. That's not so bad. Get up. And Virgil, what do you want to do? Don't you have work? Um, 3 days and night. Oh, you don't. So you're gonna go to work. Going to do exercise. Okay, that's not so bad. So let's not do. Don't break a sweat. You could easily do. Actually, don't work out on the TV. Why don't you go ahead and work out on the treadmill? In the next episode, guys, there will be plenty of more action that I will produce for this channel. Anyways,